And, other things. I mean, look, you don't swing. It's a bad idea. It was, I was in with it. I'm sorry I did it. I'm sorry I met any of these people. It was bad for my life, but great for learning and getting better. The aftermath of it has been wonderful. I did reach out to Kevin Brennan yesterday. I text KB and I was like, you want to shoot me? I texted him. I said, shoot me a number for what it would take to get you to headline our anniversary show. And just giving Kevin 45 minutes to go off and do his thing, I think it would be great. Here's the problem, though. Somebody, Slam Piece told me yesterday, she goes, Kevin Brennan doesn't like to travel. Kevin Brennan, I don't think, likes Minnesota very much. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm asking if he'll be the replacement for Gino and Keanu. I thought maybe I would, within reason, I would pay Kevin what he wants. I would pay KB what he wants to. Do you know how much our audience would love having Kevin Brennan at the anniversary show? I think they'd love it. But we'll see. Yeah, I did it right in the middle of MLC. I did it at like 3:30 yesterday. So I don't know if he'll I don't know if he'll get back to me or not, but he usually does. And I would love to have him. Kiff with 199 says, Veni Vidi Vici. Did April return Vegas outfits? No, how could she return Vegas outfits? We're not in Vegas. Gabagoots. I love this one. 199 says, call this episode Going Down Swinging. He also said, and seeing her gloss over what happened and not passing any blame to her was disappointing. Yeah. I mean, her and Nick were kind of the biggest abusers, I would say. I mean, the way Nick would gaslight the shit out of Kayla, and then the way April would gaslight the shit out of me. I mean, it was the way I watched Nick and April, personality-wise, just meld into one brain was creepy. As Kayla and I just go, what the? So anyway, he wants me to read the part about neighbors. Keanu repeatedly shitted on you for having your kids around the situation. Right, which I admitted was shitty. It's kind of like when Harold and Kumar start yelling at Doogie Howser, and Doogie goes, yeah, it was a dick move on my part. That's why I'm paying for your meal. Which you do deserve some of the blame, which you owned. However, excusing April of all decisions involving the kids because they're not hers is absolutely absurd. Both Keanu and April seem to not understand the commitment to responsibility that is being involved with being in a relationship, let alone marrying someone with kids. And April knew. No, April's not dumb. April's smart. She's smart. Not like everybody says, like dumb, like smart. She deserves respect. Our kids helped do the proposal. Like the kids helped with the ring and everything else. I mean, and they wrote her a beautiful note that said, will you stay with us forever? And April said yes to that. April knew what the responsibility was. That's why it was so heartbreaking, the multiple nights, the multiple days where I would be with the kids. And I was like, are you going to come back and like help me? Are we going to we always tuck the kids in together. That was a really nice thing that we used to do. And the drugs kind of took that away a few times. Because she would be up there. Then if she would come home at like 11:30 at night while I'm taking care of kids. And this, by the way, only happened like 2 or 3 times in the 3 or 4 months that this was going on. It would always be a fight because I'd be like, could you be home with the kids? Like, it bothers me that you come home this late and you don't hang out with the kids and you don't tuck them in and you don't do any of this stuff. When you say that you'll be home, like, it bothers me. I'm being lied to. And I know what you're doing, and that upsets me that that's what you're choosing over this also. And so she knew what the responsibility was, but it was like what I heard from Devin was so creepy because it was exactly what I'd hear. It seems like that was always her go-to when people would call her out for her shitty behavior. They were paranoid, they were a monster, and they were being mean. It's just, she's got it down pat. It's like a script, I feel for your kids because I was fortunate enough to be blessed to have an amazing stepmom, and it really helps the kids when everyone around them is rooting for them. Look, man, when I had to break the news about April to the kids, it broke my heart to hear the kids say, good, I just want to be with you anyway, Dad. April stopped paying attention to us, stopped seeing us. There were days where the kids would be here and April would just sit upstairs in the room all day with bloody tissues and sitting in the mirror the whole time. And it's just like, I'll tell you guys, I've said it before, I'll say it again. To watch what addiction does to people, I hope you never have to go through it. And if I'm a piece of shit for calling it out, I guess I'm a piece of shit. The other audacious behavior, this is from Nick the Milkman, occurred of shitting on Johnny relentlessly while at the same time praising him for being a good guy and also saying he is welcome on the show anytime is absurd. That's awful. That's sociopath shit. She also shit on you about going and hanging out with your neighbors. Everyone in central Minnesota right now is going, that's like 50% of our social life. It's like going out and hanging out with our neighbors. When you got kids, you can't go very far all the time. And also, my neighbor is a really good friend of mine. Golfing buddy, cigar buddy, smoking, not smoking, but like meats because we're old. Smoking buddy. We're doing pulled pork next Saturday. I know all of you are very interested. Something she wouldn't understand since she's from the neighborhood of one black guy at the door is a delivery, two black guys at the door is a situation. The absolute lack of understanding of how real people interact with each other at this point isn't surprising considering how she's acted thus far. This is, and Nick the Milkman says this is all coming from someone that was a fan of everyone. I'm incredibly busy. So I went, how about you come out, we'll film it. If you can stay up each 1 minute, continual minute, you can stay up, I'll give you $1,000. You can make 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, whatever. And he shot it down yesterday. He shot down the offer to literally stay upright for a minute to make $1,000. And he said, no, I want to make it a big event with a thing and a blah, blah, blah. And I have to explain to him, Ethan, I don't need you to do a big event. Stoney's has about 45 tickets left for the anniversary show. We have 45 tickets to the show left. And then, the cornhole tournament, we let that get as big as it wants and we just make the brackets there. But I have 45 tickets left for the anniversary party. I don't need Ethan Ralph. I don't need a big Ethan Ralph event. I thought Ethan Ralph wanted to do the fighting thing. If Ethan Ralph, and I thought Ethan Ralph needed money, and I was going to help him out with both of those things at once. But I don't have time to plan an Ethan Ralph event. If Ethan Ralph wants to host his own event and invite me down for it and make me some kind of offer, I would do that. But as far as me making an event, first of all, I don't know if I want Steel Toe promoting Ethan Ralph that. It doesn't seem like that seems like a diagonal downward move. But if he wants to do an event and have me out, sure, let's talk about that. But otherwise, if he just wants to come up to Minnesota, because I don't want to put a lot of energy into it, I just love boxing. If he wants to come up to Minnesota, he wants to go in the ring, he wants to do some things, that would be totally fine. I would love that. We could film it, we could stream it, we could put, a couple people in there. That'd be fine. But I'm not putting in the work of a full event. I don't need the money. I don't need the pain in the ass of putting on another event. I got an event coming up right after the anniversary show. Johnny and I have a stand-up gig. So I just figured I would be it sounds like the guy wants to get a rub off of me, and it sounds like the guy needs money. So I was like, well, here's how we do that. Let's stream you and I in the ring together, and I'll give you $1,000 for every minute. It's weird with these guys. Every time you start putting it in place, once they call it out, they start going, oh, well, actually, well, you see, the thing is,